The short percentage is so high, the short interest percentage is so high that this doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room for people that are actively trying to short the stock. Hey guys, welcome to DreamCoin, where we show you how to invest for a better tomorrow. My name's Tyler, and today we're going to be doing a quick update on MRIN because a lot of people have been asking me questions with the price action today, and I did find something interesting while comparing it to not only the ALF chart, but also previous days short volumes inside of the price volume going into MRIN right now. So to do a quick update on the short percentage, we went over the Ortex data yesterday and it's gone up more since then. And when I made my other video and going into after hours last night, the estimated short interest of the free float was about 121%, and that is up 45% more today. We had only about 48,000 of the borrowed shares returned, and another 1.5 million borrowed shares were used today. So there's an increasing volume in the borrowing rate of this stock. If you look at the estimated short interest of everything in general on the market, this is absurdly high. Like, this is what Wall Street bets and a lot of those were looking for in stocks, essentially, when the whole short squeeze stuff was going on, was just these obscenely large numbers that made no sense for the stock at all. And what's crazier is that this had way less volume than it did yesterday when it had its run up to $18, where that had about 300 million in volume during the day, and as of today they had about 55 million volume. So whether that's just people cooling off and seeing if they wanted to buy back in as it bottomed out, or just a little less hype on the stock, there was still an absurd amount of volume, even if not as much as yesterday. Big thing to keep in mind when you're looking at stocks like this is that there needs to be a cooling off period when they do run. I mean, this ran almost 1,000% over a week and a half period of time. This is a period of time with the float being so low that there's not a lot of buying action. It kind of just consolidates sideways and possibly downwards a little bit for a while. And that's kind of what it looked like today, with just the subtle drop off of like a couple dollars here and there into where it's been settling above $10 for the day. I did have support levels of around $12 and $8 in my original video, but it seems to have found more of a support around just under $10 as of the moment. If we look at the cost of borrow on a short squeeze known stock like AMC, it's currently only 2.17, while MRIN is at a staggering 96.83, which is just a ridiculous amount. Most stocks aren't going to have over a 20 cost of borrow on average, unless there's just ridiculous stuff going on behind them. So this makes me more bullish on where I think the stock is going, just due to the fact that the short percentage is so high, the short interest percentage is so high, and then the cost to borrow is so high that this doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room for people that are actively trying to short the stock, which could result in a stupidly big squeeze at some point. This is obviously going to be a lot higher risk for downside based on normal stocks that I would generally cover because I'm more for safe investing, but I think the upside potential in MRIN right now is just absurd from where they're currently sitting. There is not only the technical aspect of the amount of shorts and where the price could be moving, but there's also the fundamentals behind the company doing big moves in the market space, and me originally having over a $45 target on them long term just purely off of fundamentals. And what's getting me more excited for MRIN right now is that if we compare it to ALF when ALF ran, this is looking very similar in the setup of where it's had a couple gap ups, it jumped a ton, consolidated back in the middle, particularly if you look at this region between these two. This is MRIN, this is ALF. They look very similar, except for MRIN had a higher run initially, and then their consolidations have been identical for another reverse back up. MRIN can hold this consolidation above 10 and go into tomorrow, July 1st, which is Thursday, with this consolidation. Even if it doesn't do this movement, we could be seeing a push where if this holds above $9 to $10 through Friday, this could be eating up a lot of shorts, especially because they aren't going to be able to afford the amount that they have in their investments going towards betting against this stock. And this is going to give them a lot more pressure for needing to cover. On top of that, if we get anywhere near close to the volume we've had the last 2 days, if not more, this is just going to be insane for if it can get back to retesting the similar highs that it had. I'm going to guess if we can get to at least $15 on MRIN before shorts start covering, we could be seeing a massive upside to over $25 to $30 minimum. And that's just on some of the shorts covering. If all the shorts start covering and they start trying to pile in and fight each other out for this could just be a disgusting squeeze upwards. Now, like I said, this is going to be very high risk, so you need to mitigate your risk as you go in. But right now, aftermarket trading, MRIN is trading about $10.34. I was looking at it as a possible good buy under 12 today with this current price action, with the way it's consolidating up. And this looks like a very sick cup and handle potentially for where they could be reversing back into new possible highs. If they get to that point and they retest the $18 resistance that happened last time, I'm going to be looking for new highs. And then if we start seeing a lot of shorts getting in even deeper red hot water, this could be huge for where the price of MRIN goes. If you want to see the fundamentals on MRIN and want to see where they could be as a long-term investor, this is a good video for you to start at. This is my original video on them, and I go more in depth on what the company does as well as their latest news, and that'll give you a bigger picture for why this is such a bullish stock in my opinion right now. Other than that, that's going to do it for me in this video today, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.